Just a trial.
Okay. I've seen someone saying that concept formation is a way of making learners understand something new. Okay. All right. So how?
Pascal,
Yes.
to me, I think it is like the way the mind, or we say by mentor, the way you foresee something, then you are able to identify it. If it is an object, like an idea that you have, you can be able to identify that thing from the mind or mentally, then you name it. You can be able to say it.
All right. Thank you. Remember, when we talk about concept formation, let me see if I'm able to put it here. It's an inductive teaching strategy that, just as somebody said, that helps students from form a clear understanding of concept or idea through studying a small set of examples of the concept. So, like we say now, the concepts are the furnitures of the what? Of our mind. So remember, like when you are first told about an aeroplane, even before you see it, there is that concept that begins to form. When you are told about some countries like US, even before you see it, there is a concept, that's that image, that an imaginary one that begins to form in you to help you understand the new idea and how it is related to what is being talked about. So we are asked that what is the significance of the concept formation in teaching learners with special needs?
Pascal, aje nijaribu moja.
Yes.
It enhances retention of information learned because as they see those objects inawakujia kwa akili ya kwamba ishaiona siku fulani, so ina enhance retention.
Okay. Okay, someone else? Yes, someone else? Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Another significance of this. Hello, are you getting me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I was talking about the significance of concept formation. You can say it has a great impact on learners because it actually makes learners to be creative and also instills this critical thinking to them.
It instills the critical thinking in them. Somebody, Makale, is also saying that it generates critical thinking. That is on the concept formation. Maybe two more people on a concept formation.
Hello, Pascal.
Yes.
I want to try.
Uh-huh.
I think concept formation is also important, especially for the learners who are visually impaired.
Yes.
So that they can form what you call visual memory.
So that they can have what we call it can enhance the visual memory.
Yes.
Thank you very much. There is somebody here who is called by the name Mercedes Benz, and saying that it guides the teacher to choose the best learner-centered learning to enhance understanding of concepts for longer retention. It tells the teacher to choose the best learner-centered learning to enhance understanding of concepts for longer retention. So it seems that question, there are very few hands to respond to it. It makes learning enjoyable and real. Concept formation makes learning enjoyable and also real. It promotes critical thinking and problem solving. So we have talked about critical thinking, but we can as well include the problem solving aspect. No any other hand on the concept formation? Okay, let's look at the next question. Give the rationale behind the argumentative alternative communication. Give the rationale behind the communicative alternative behind the argumentative alternative communication. Maybe first of all, we have to find out on the meaning of argumentative alternative communication. The meaning of argumentative alternative communication. So what is it? Before we look at the rationale behind it. Somebody? Communicative alternative. Somebody responding?
Maswali ya leo jameni.
Yes. AAC, that is argumentative alternative communication, are alternative ways to communicate by use of communication devices or the apps. Equally, augmentative and alternative communication describes multiple ways. Let me share that. It describes multiple ways to communicate. I've shared in the chat box to communicate that can supplement or compensate either temporarily or permanently for the impairment and the disability patterns of individuals with severe expressive communication disorders. So when we talk about the AAC, we are saying that these are multiple ways to communicate. Remember, in sign language, we are saying that you are supposed to use what is called total communication. And that is where you are going to both use you are going to communicate using signs. You will be using the gestures, the facial expressions. You'll be your lips. Your mouth should not be exaggerated on the lips so that the one you're communicating to is able to read to read your lips and get the information also very clear. So when we talk about the AAC, we are talking about alternative ways of communicating, especially persons with disabilities, especially those who have the severe expressive communication disorders. So now, back to the question. Give the rationale behind the augmentative alternative communication, AAC. Yes? To allow communication from Judy, to foster independence. What's the meaning of the term rationale? Class, somebody on rationale on that question 5B. Yes, rationale.
Can be the importance or the reasons why.
Importance, reasons why. The rest, what is your take on that rationale? The meaning of rationale. So when we talk about, it means the reason behind a concept or why something was done. It is also a set of reasons for a logical basis or course of action or belief. So when we talk about rationale, as somebody has said, it's just a concept behind something. It is a concept that tries to explain why something is done in a given way. So what is the rationale, or what is the rationale behind the AAC, augmentative alternative communication? It enables learners with the disabilities to get the concept put across. Okay.
Pascal,
Yes.
I don't know if I'm right. But I can say it assists learners who have hearing impairment not to withdraw from the classroom activities. 2, it also makes people with hearing impairment to feel that they have a sense of belonging to the community or the society, because they'll also have to get the meaning of what is being communicated in their immediate surrounding. It can also pass information to those people with hearing impairment and give direction or commands. It can also make it easier for those who doesn't know the exact sign language to pass information using maybe gestures, facial expression, and pantomime. Is it pantomime? I don't know if I'm right.
We have got a new well. We have got a new well, Kifuma. I think that the path you've taken is still right. It is not a bad one. It is not a bad one. So when we talk about I think we are going to look at that in the subsequent slide down here. So just hold your peace. Now, what are the categories of communication devices for learners with mental handicapping conditions? Learners with mental handicapping conditions. What are the categories? Bado tu kama tumehama. Niko peke yangu. Discuss the categories of communication devices for learners with mental handicapping conditions.
Unajua hiyo kitu imechanganisha vitu vingi.
Josephine, tell us.
Bado akili inafikiria ikichuchunga.
Sasa hii akili yako yenye nafikiria ikijichunga.
Wacha nijaribu.
Yes.
Kuna moja hapa sijui kama iko sure, communication boards.
Communication boards.
Yaani akisema
categories bwana. Hivi.
Ni kujaribu tu.
She has talked about a communication board, which is an example.
Or an example, not a category. Oh my.
Yes.
Okay.
So category, do we categorize them as electronic?
Now you are talking Akifuma. Tuendelee.
Electronic alafu print.
Print.
Hapo tu.
Okay.
Na audio.
Yes.
Audio visual.
Visual.
Audio na audio visual.
Yeah. Kama hizo ni electronics.
Audio na audiovisual lies and electronic, whereby audio ni vitu kama radio, cassette. Then audiovisual ni what the learner can hear the sound and see the person giving the information. So you can hear the information and the person talking, like the video, television, and maybe projectors.
Na
But
vitu
I'm not-
kama puppets tutaweka wapi?
Puppet.
Puppet is not a device. Oh, it's an aid.
The question is asking on devices, yes.
Mimi question Pascal ningeweka audio, audiovisual, alafu niweke vitu kama audiovisual ningeweka vitu kama television, video, projectors. Then audio niweke vitu kama radio, the cassettes. Alafu nifunge mchezo.
Kuna mtu amelilia Mungu wake hapa na karatasi. Ji kama umeona kwa chat box. Now,
Kama itakuwa hivi, sasa una yawa. Oh.
Yeah, it is very true. Very true. It's very true. It's very true. The sad state of affairs is there. So on yes.
Na nikiangalia module 1 sioni ni module gani hii?
Inakaa tu iko kwa hii sijui resources and whatever, hii module 4 bado inakaa tu, but not sure.
Kwa module 001 hakuna.
Jameni wa
Msikuwe na wasiwasi, hawata set hiyo.
Hata Ron
Songe mbele. Pascal. Pascal.
inafanya roho inakufa ikirudi. Usicheke sana. Shanga ama mimi ndio mjinga ama ni nini?
Uko na pepa mbele yako na all questions are new.
Imagine.
Pascal.
Yes.
Naona kama tuendelea na hii trend. It will cause us to adjust even the time ya revision 1. Tukuwe na more time.
2 hours.
In fact, tuanze.
Ama ndio mnaanza? Nilikuwa lunch.
Let's continue. I think Akivuma.
Yes, sir.
We can address that after maybe tukifika mahali.
Okay.
Yes, so
jameni,
we talked about the visual teaching aid, and I want us to look at the possible answers. And we are saying that there are those instructional devices which are used in the classroom to encourage learning and make it easier and motivating. I also want to say that it is not necessary that visual teaching aids be only used in classroom alone.
Excuse me, Pascal. Which module is this?
These are revision questions. Module 4, module 9, module 14, module 16, module 18.
Hii ya devices ndio nilikuwa nashangaa inapatikana module gani?
It should be found in module 4.
No.
It should be found in module 4.
Alafu Pascal.
Yes.
hakuna bwana.
Is it module 6 ziko ngapi bwana? Kuna module nyingine nilikuwa nasoma ati module 6 bwana. Nikajipata nasoma yenye hata sio yangu.
Module 6 ni management of educational resources taught by
16?
Madam Rotich. 16. Teaching and learning strategies.
Hiyo sina bwana. Mtu by the way, before tuendelee, mtu atanitumia module 14 hiyo ya theory na module 16 inanipea wasiwasi na module 13. Tuendelee Pascal.
Uchukue hiyo usmoke hata ingie kwa akili. Let's carry on. So the material like models, charts, film strip, projectors, radio, we have the television maps, maps, etc. They are also called the instructional aids. We have also looked at ways that a teacher will make text-based materials accessible to learners with visual impairments. And the teacher can make them by the text-based materials to learners with visual impairments they can be accessible by being read aloud. So who is going to be reading them aloud? Either the teacher can read aloud, or we are having, if it is an inclusive environment, we are having learners who may not have the visual impairments. They may also read aloud. We can also have those with low vision reading aloud to those who are blind, among others. The teacher can also audio record. The teacher can audio record reading, audio recorded reading aloud. So when they are reading aloud, or rather when there are those who are reading aloud, it is audio recorded so that it is used again on a later time to these learners with visual impairments. Allow me say something. I did not know that there are some conditions that are multiple that exist, because I'm used to see people who are those who are having visual impairments, but they are able to talk and they are able to hear. But now I've met a case of a 13-year-old boy who is visually impaired from childhood. He is not able to hear and he is not able to talk. So visually impaired, not able to hear, not able to talk.
Deaf and dumb.
Yes.
Is that deaf and dumb category?
I tend to think so. I did not know that that exists, because now the majority I've ever seen are people who are deaf blind. They are able to hear. Their hearing ability is very much okay. But now this is dumb, deaf, blind. Fine. So you can also, yes.
I've found something. Alternative modes of communication for learners with special needs.
Yeah, we are getting there. Ama utusome, please. Tusome ndio tusisahau.
Sasa imesemwa kuna communication boards, kuna sign supported speech, kuna talking books, kuna bliss symbols. Na devices hapa sijui kama iko.
I don't know whether we got you well.
Sijaona devices, but whatever they've given are, for example, the resources include communication boards, signs, supported speech, talking books, and then bliss symbolic.
Okay. So that is on the materials for supporting learners with
different special, learners with different special needs.
Right. Thank you. So we have also talked about you can also braille. You can take the materials and the braille that you can put the hard copy materials in braille. You can also enlarge photocopied materials. You can also modify hard copy print, hard copy modified print. How can you modify hard copy prints?
Make them large.
Make them large. What else? Now, if it is a map.
Now, Pascal nimepata.
Yes.
Communication devices.
Yes.
Lakini hajasema ya hiyo yenye tulikuwa tunasema, amesema tu communication devices. These are devices used to facilitate communication for persons with communication difficulties associated with their physical disabilities.
Now they have not given the examples.
Iko examples. Ile communication board iko, talking books iko, and then letter or word stamps ziko.
Letter or word stamps.
So hiyo ni under devices, but amepeana specifically associated with physical disabilities.
Hilo ndio jibu tu sasa.
Hilo
ndio jibu la hilo swali.
Wezi jua. Mingi iko mobility devices.
Imeenda na communication.
Communication ni hizo.
Sandra, your hand is up. The hand has been withdrawn. Let's carry on. We can also have the soft braille print, or we can also have the synthetic speech. And we also have the, how do we call? The magnifiers. That is the CCTV technology. What is this CCTV in full? CCTV in full? CCTV in full, please.
Closed circuit television.
Closed circuit television. Closed circuit television. It is also found in module number 4. So you should find out more about it. We talked about ways of enriching materials in order to accommodate the GT. You can also using many educational resources, diversifying classroom activities, offering challenging work, among others. This question was did not capture all the points. Somebody to carry on just for a minute. I respond to a call here.
Project work.
Nikiuliza mimi bado niko kwa ile communication devices. Na kwa hii module 004 imesema communication devices may include the 3: communication board, talking books, letter or word stamp. Can be applied here.
Now, we have different categories of special needs, and you realize that each and every category has got its own communication devices. So if they are specific, like in this case, they were talking about what was it, mental or
The
something?
Mental.
So we concentrate on those ones of mental, or we just talk about the general communication materials or device?
It's like
Hapa ni mental, sure.
kama ni mental, ukiangalia communication board, akiona mtu akisalimia, ukimuonesha hiyo, si anaweza salimia mwingine.
Yeah.
Haya, tukiangalia like talking books, kama jui kuongea na uoneshe yeye na mimi mwambie mama, na si anaweza ongea. Kama jui kuandika, si hataweza kuandika, na maybe anaweza identify. Akichukua word stamp, si ana stamp, akiweka pia ameweka. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know, because those are the things I'm seeing here. I'm trying to them in that category. Huyu mtoto unaona hawezi kufikiria. Huh?
Are they examples of categories?
These are just examples, my dear. I think they are examples. Amesema tu communication devices include, meaning they are examples.
That is stuck.
Aya, lakini kuna classroom devices, there are different types of devices. Kuna classroom devices, maybe the ones yenye utatumia hata kwa class. Kuna hata imepotea tena.
Pascal.
Ametoka kidogo.
Yes, Akifuma, I'm back.
Now, just the previous slide.
Yes.
You have displayed the previous slide, enriching.
Oh, this one. This one, eh? Is there something blocking it? Oh, sawa, imetoka.
Okay, sawa, tusonge.
So we were on the stages of human cognitive development according to Jean Piaget.
Lakini Mr. Pascal.
Yes.
Mimi ninashangaa ile ya category ya communication devices study ya mentally whatever learners tumewacha hivyo.
Iko mbele.
Ah?
Iko mbele penye tunaenda.
Iko mbele kwenye tunaelekea.
Yeah, so we talked about the sensory motor stage, and we also talked about the pre-operational stage. Then we also talked about the concrete operational stage. And then finally, we talked about the formal operational stage. And these stages, they all have ages assigned to them. Like, remember we talked what we said that on sensory, we said sensory motor is between ages 0 to 2 years. And the pre-operational stage, we also talked, we said from between 2 and 7 years, 2 to 7 years. Concrete operational, we said age 7 to 11 years. And then formal operational was 12 and above, 12 plus years. So though this question may sound to be wrongly placed, it is very right that we look at it. And again, when we talk about the theories on the child development, you can also get a better explanation of the same. There is what we call the basic curriculum framework for the CBC. I don't know if somebody who has come across that. The basic curriculum framework of education. It outlines the theories of the human development. So it also puts it very clear on which ages they have been attached to ages and the activities that takes place at each and every stage. So you'll get almost, if not all, you'll get the theories mentioned there and an explanation given towards the same. This one was not filled. This is on the concept formation. I think I will get time and work on it. The other one on the rationale. On the rationale behind the AAC, we say that the primary rationale for individuals electing to use augmentative and alternative communication is the inability of their natural speech to meet all the daily communication needs. So when your speech does, this means that your speech is able to fail you. It is not able to meet the daily communications. Then you are able to now elect or select the use of AAC, that is augmentative alternative communication. And therefore, although the severity, the severity of the impairment plays a role in determining the AAC needs and appropriate interventions. Other factors include level of communication complexity, the skills of communication partners, and then communication environment and environmental factors. You realize that if you have to communicate in a sign language, you cannot wake up and get somewhere and you want to communicate in sign language to people who do not know what you're communicating. So it is considered that when you're using the AAC, the communication complexity and the skills of communication partners, communication environments, and environmental factors. Again, the rate of communication and proficiency at strategic communication, among others, and the delicate balance that yields automaticity of the natural speech planning, programming, and execution. It is not replaced by AAC systems, but this AA system is only there to fully mitigate the impairments in natural speech production. So when we talk about the word articulation, remember, we are not going to replace the AAC. We are not going to take it to, to fill the gap of the communication, but it is only there to mitigate, to remove, or to assist in removing the impairment that is attached to speech in an individual. But once the impairment has been done with, or once that has been achieved, then the AAC will have to be removed. It is like when you are using sign language, and you realize that one day the person who you have been using it to begins to speak and begins to hear and speaks. What next? Will you still continue using the sign language? Automatically, no. It will be deserted because now the person will have now gained something new that will help them to communicate with others. Now, at this point, I'm not going to continue, but I realized that there were problems, so I think I've already done the other setting. And I want to see what happens